Hi, this is Mark from LongIslandWatch.com, and the day some of you might have been waiting for, well, you watched this on Monday, the day came on Friday. 6 Islander restocks came in. All great sellers, one of them especially a runaway bestseller, so I'm really glad to have them in. We will take a look at all 6 of them. My own wrist check, my Damasco DC86 got a new pair of shoes, rubber strap with black underneath. I like it, very comfortable. Doesn't match the hands perfectly, but much better than the leather one that Damasco put on it. So I'm going to check out these 6 new, nothing on this wrist right today, sorry. Check out these 6 Islander restocks. So as I said late last week, we got 6 new restocks, or 6 restocks of existing Islanders that have been out of stock since, it depends. Some of them have been out for a few months, some of them have only been out for a few weeks, but they represent, actually a couple of them at least represent the best sellers in the lineup so far. So in really no particular order, well, I might order them just to make it convenient for specs and stuff. I will start with this guy. So this is the ISL 08. It's the yellow dial. I guess the closest analog in Seiko would be the SKXA35. So we have a yellow dial, but I went with black hands and black logo and writing. Just beautiful color. I love it. It's not as flat or dull as the SKXA35 yellow was. It does have a bit of a sheen to it, and balancing off the black, it looks amazing. So we are looking at 43 millimeters in diameter. This is going to be common for all the 007 kind of type cases. 43 in diameter, 14 thick to a flat AR sapphire crystal, 46 millimeters lug tip to lug tip, 22 millimeter lug. Okay. We have a solid screw down case back, and then the bracelet is a solid link bracelet with screws to size it, and a standard flip lock push button deployant with 3 position of micro adjust, holes in the side of the case for swapping out straps. I know you guys love to do that. Logoed crown, beautiful 120 click unidirectional ratcheting bezel. I'll get it back to 0 for you. There we go. So it runs on an NH36 movement, which is a Seiko movement or SII movement. Hand winds, hacks, 40 hours power reserve, 24 joules. Unscrew the crown, 200 meters of water resistance. You can wind it. You can change the time. You can change the day and the date. The day is in 2 languages, English and Spanish, and the date is just in Roman numerals. This model does have a loomed ceramic bezel insert for diving, a dive type bezel insert, and then standard SKX bezel. Water resistance is 200 meters, and it is a stunner, and it is $299. So moving on from there, I'm just going to do the first. This is the 08. I might as well do the 09, ISL 09. So it's done as beautiful all blue, the same specs in size, full movement, bezel, and the automatic 200 except meter, obviously for the dial color and the white hands, because I thought it would balance very well with the dial. And then the bezel insert itself is not ceramic, it is now sapphire. So I actually happen to have one here so you can see what it looks like. It is an annular ring of sapphire that's had the back painted and then coated with luminous paint so that it looks amazing when the lights go out. I've done videos on the benefits of sapphire versus ceramic. You can check it out. I believe it was a watch and learn, so you can see a bit about it. Oh, the hands covering the day and date in case you want to see what it looks like. There you go. And so I sell this bezel insert separately because this is the ISL 10. Basically the negative of this watch, more or less. That's kind of what I was trying to go for. Where that one's blue, this one's white. Where this one's white, that one's blue, etc. White dial, blue hands, blue writing, on the dial. Same bracelet, crown, clasps, case back, everything else. Same price still. We're still at $2.99. I did this one though in an all blue bezel. When I did, let me bring the 09 back up. When I did the 09, I said to myself, I'm like, well, if I do the whole bezel in blue, I feel like it's almost too much blue. If that's a thing, right? Too much blue. But I wanted to break it up, so I put in some gray. And then when I did the white dial, I said, well, the white can be an all blue bezel for sure. But then I happened to make one of my own. I had some parts on my desk, and I did that. And even with the white dial, I think the gray and blue looks phenomenal. So if you want it to look like this, unfortunately right now, it's only like this. You do have to buy this insert, which we sell. C21, I think, is the part number or something. Relatively easy to swap yourself if you're a little DIYer. The only thing to note is that because they are sapphire and the backs are painted with luminous paint, when you go to remove this insert, you will either crack it because it's sapphire, or you could remove the paint from it. So you have to do it very carefully with a solvent or with heat. If you don't care, then yeah, just have at it. But if you want to swap it, that's what you'd have to do. So this is the ISL 10. So now I'm going to switch gears slightly and go to the ISL 04. This is, and again, at this point, the numbers are the order in which they were released. So this was one of the earlier models. And it was a smash success. First one I did on a nylon strap. I think it looks really great. It's on this seatbelt nylon with great brushed hardware. This has a sub-style bezel, and then the insert is a little bit sloped and is embossed ceramic, black, done in black with a slightly double-domed sapphire crystal with AR on the inside. So very nice, sleek appearance. It looks awesome. I do dig the strap. I thought there was plastic on it. There is not. There was a little piece of dirt though. Black dial, silver chapter ring with black hash marks, and then Marine Master hands with a little red dot. I think the red dot almost makes everything correct on this watch. It's such a great little accent. Same case back. And you could put, oh, I guess I should have said this before, any of the watches I've shown you so far, any SKX 007 part will fit, whether it be a bezel, an insert, a crystal, a dial, a chapter ring, a hand, a bracelet, a case back, whatever you want. All the parts are backwards compatible. And then the bell of the ball, as it were. This one's a little more at $329. Because it incorporates a couple of different elements like the embossed ceramic insert and our bracelet. A little dirt. This guy was a sellout when I got it in originally, and again, we just got them in last week, and again, this is the runaway success of this lineup so far. I'm gonna say of the brand. I guess right now of the brand, the top sellers are 1 and 2 because they're basic black, but this thing does amazing. It's a beautiful blue dial, silver hands and markers, matching chapter ring, embossed silver ceramic bezel, bezel insert, beautiful double dome sapphire crystal, and this nice kind of coin edge-ish, not really, almost like a Marine Master bezel. And that same bracelet really sets this guy off. Absolutely insane. $329. I love it. Obviously, it looks like a Yachtmaster. That's the vibe I was clearly going for. People are like, oh, you should put a red seconds hand on it. And I hear you. I didn't. I went with a standard hand set. But if you want to mod it that way, you can do that. That is totally your prerogative. Beautiful. Okay, and then the last one I want to show you. I like to really wreak havoc with this crystal. This is the ISL 13. 13 was the first DLC watch that I did. And if you have the 13 already, there's one slight difference here. I loomed the tip of the seconds hand this time around, just because it added a little more visual acuity to it, so you can kind of see the time a bit better. But it's got the orange, sorry about the lights, the orange minute hand, has the black hour hand and the black seconds hand with the loomed tip. So this is 45. This is like your turtle case. It's 45 in diameter, 16 and a half thick to the peak of that domed sapphire crystal. So don't be thrown off by the thickness. 47 tip to tip, a 22 millimeter lug, same engraved solid case back. The watch is done in a bead blasted finish and then DLC coated afterwards. Still 200 meters of water resistance, logo crown, and the hardware is also DLC'd. Diamond-like carbon so that it will retain its finish and not scratch off for a very long time. 120 click unidirectional ratchet and bezel. This is a true coin edge bezel. And that's about it. Let's do a couple of loom shots. So here is that ISL 13. It looks great. Check out the logo and the tip of the seconds hand. Glows like a flashlight. It is C3 Super Loom. This is the ISL 04 with the embossed ceramic bezel. So the bezel insert here, this is the 04. It has no loom. Ditto for the 18. The 18 looks exactly the same with the embossed bezel. This is that white dial ISL 10. The 09 pretty much glows exactly the same. Yes, as you can see, guys, so far the order of the day is easy to read in the dark. And here is that yellow dial ISL 08 with the loomed ceramic bezel insert. Okay, so I'm just going to try on two. This is the 18, same size as a 007, so obviously it's going to fit me just fine. It wears great. And here is that ISL 13 with the squat lug to lug. Even though it's 45, it wears very comfortably. Strap, plenty of room to go in either direction. It's a 3-ring strap, so there's a nice place to keep the fold over or the excess. Tuck it back away neatly. Awesome. I think that will about wrap it up. This has been Mark from LongIslandWatch.com showing you some of the Islander restocks that are happening right now. Please like the video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel if you have not done so. Any questions or comments, put them down below and I will be sure to address them as soon as I can. Thank you very much for watching. Bye-bye.